Sharing here is how I got my British UK passport. It cost me basically from the very start as a student till I get hold of this British passport. My story is a typical student story. Obviously, it would be applicable to most of the international students. Exactly similar sort of time frame for yourself as well, even if you are coming as a skilled worker or you get the skilled worker.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your host Jessica. I hope you are glad to see me again on your screens, or I should say you got no choice, you have to watch me again and again. Here's me with another useful and important video. All I'll be sharing here is how I got my British UK passport. I'll go through all my journey. When I start my journey as a student, I came to the UK, and how I progressed. Actually, I applied for different sort of stages to get hold of this passport. Also, I'll be sharing the cost it cost me basically from the very start as a student till I get hold of this British passport. My story is a typical student story. Obviously, it would be applicable to most of the international students if they are planning to take the same journey as myself. So I'm sure this will guide you through the whole process. Obviously, you have heard about the typical sort of range. You get the PR in 5 years and 10 years route. Mine, personally, I was on the work permit, the 5 years work permit. So I'll go through that whole process where I start basically from my home country, from Pakistan, when I applied from the for the student visa, and how I progress actually ultimately achieving this milestone and get hold of my British passport. Also, I'll share the cost, actually how much I paid back in the days, and ultimately how much that cost me at the time. Equally, I'll be sharing today's rate as well as 2021. Assuming if someone is trying to achieve the milestone in 2021, how much will that cost actually to yourselves as well as a milestone to achieve the passport. I'll share the cost based on one applicant, the main applicant. If you got the dependents, so it will be actually times the number of dependents. I mean, obviously whatever figure I got, the X amount of money you need to spend. So if you got 2 dependents, that means 1 main applicant, 2 dependents, 3. So you need to times that number with a 3, and that will give you basically that sum of money you have to pay to achieve basically the British passport for the whole family. So I hope, guys, I mean, this will be useful for someone like yourselves as international students if you are planning the same journey as myself. So that will give you a bit of a sort of a road map actually how to achieve this milestone. So let's crack on with the video, and let's go back into the history. Okay guys, so I've started my UK journey back in the days 2004, and I applied for the international student visa at the time, and that cost me 3,450 rupees at that time. And back in 2004, £1 was equal to 96 Pakistani rupees. So that this works out about £36. It was so cheap, good old days. So it cost me basically £36 at the UK visa, and it was for 18 months. That's how I got my student visa back in the days. If I compare this with today's 2021 student visa rate, so that will cost you £348 for the visa, plus IHS you need to pay basically the insurance, health insurance as well, which is at £150. So in total that will cost you £498 a student visa. So you can see the comparison, £36 2004 and £498 now in 2020. So I arrived in the UK in 2004, but I didn't start my studies in 2004. I skipped that year, and actually I've started my MSc in 2005, and by the 2006 January my student visa was expiring, so I have to extend my visa, and at that time I have paid £185 to extend my visa, which give me another year extension basically to complete my MSc. So that is the extension. Obviously, if you're a student nowadays, you don't need to extend because you get exactly the number of months for your studies, and you can't skip the years nowadays as well. So if I compare with 2021 sort of rates, so obviously once you completed your studies, you have to go for the PSW or the graduate route. Nowadays it's called graduate route visa, and that will cost you £475, and that will give you a 2 years extension to your visa. Right, so after that, June 2006, I have joined Chorus Rail as my first professional job, and actually the Chorus Rail, they provide me the 5 years work permit, which is hard to see nowadays actually. Also, the Chorus Rail, that paid for my visa as well. It was cost at £375 at that time for 5 years work permit. Obviously that paid by the Chorus Rail, so it didn't cost me anything at that stage. But after 1 year actually with the Chorus Rail, I moved to W.S. Atkins, and actually I have to change my visa, actually my work permit again there with Atkins. So Atkins provided me another work permit, and unfortunately at that stage I had to pay myself for the work permit, which I paid actually £375. One thing you need to note here, you can switch basically when you get the work permit or the skilled worker visas as well from one employer to the other, but to make sure you need to reapply and change your sponsor if you're applying now from of 2021 onwards. So that's the difference. So previously it was exactly the same theme there as well. I've changed from one employer to the other, and I have to reapply for my work permit. And actually my work permit started again actually from 2007, but that didn't mean that I have to apply for my ILR for 5 years from Atkins. I have to count my 5 years from when I joined the Chorus Rail basically in 2006. So that will complete my time for the ILR. So that's exactly the same theme for yourselves as well. If you're applying in 2021, if you mean to change the employer, it is no harm in that, but you need to make sure the employer you're going towards, they must be a sponsored employer, and then when you move to that employer, you need to reapply for the skilled work visa. Consider the monetary terms. So in 2021, the skilled work visa, that will cost you £928. So comparing the previous 2007, it was 375, and 2021 £928. So after the work permit, I moved basically to the next stage. After completion of that 5 years on the work permit, I have to apply for the ILR, indefinite leave to remain. So end of 2011, that's where I have to apply for my ILR, and that cost me £991 at that stage. So it was a huge sum actually at that point. Again, I'm talking about only the main applicant, not the dependent. So it was just for one application, for myself, £991. Although I had dependents at the time, but I'm skipping those dependents at this moment of time. But if I compare this with the today's 2021, if you need to go for the ILR, so this will cost you £2,389. So again, is a huge difference between the two ILR back in the days and now 2021. Okay, after the ILR, so the next stage is naturalization. That's where you get basically you are considered as a British national. So after 1 year of ILR, you are eligible to go for naturalization, or eligible for the passport. And when you apply for that cost me £874 back in 2013. If you are applying now in 2021, so that will cost you £1,206. Again, a huge difference between the two terms, monetary terms. So after naturalization, you get a certificate. After that, you are eligible to apply for the passport. And back in the days 2013, it cost me £41. But if you apply in 2021, the passport, the British passport will cost you £75. So this gives you basically back in the days and now 2021 sort of cost. So if I sum all of them, basically how much that cost me in total back in 2013, starting my journey from 2004 and achieving the milestone in 2013. So it cost me in total £2,477. So starting from the very beginning, your journey from your back home and all the way, basically this is all only immigration and visas cost I'm sharing here. If I consider the 2021 sort of cost, so it will cost you basically £5,571. So it's almost £3,000 difference back in the days when I achieved the milestone back in the days 2013, and if you're applying in 2021, that will cost you 3,000 more basically compared to my stage. In terms of the process, this will go exactly the same way for yourself as well. Even if you are a skilled worker, you come as a skilled worker to the UK, you skip the first couple of, basically you don't have to apply for the student visa, so you skip that. But obviously you have to apply for the skilled visa, and from there on the cost will remain pretty much same as I've said. But one thing you need to keep in mind as well, the cost does vary, and it does increase actually yearly. So every sort of April every year the cost is revised, and that slightly goes up and up. Obviously it never comes down, so it will go up and up, and by the time you get your milestone, if you're coming in 2021, and by the time you achieve your milestone, that will be 2027. So you need to allow basically that sort of increment there as well. In terms of the time, obviously you've seen the progression. So I came to the UK in 2004, and I achieved, actually I get a hold of the milestone, the passport, in 2013. So it almost took 9 years basically to get the milestone, although I was on the 5 years work permit sort of route. So it will take exactly similar sort of time frame for yourself as well, even if you are coming as a skilled worker, or you get the skilled worker visa after your studies here. So it will take similar range of your years to complete or to achieve the milestone. So guys, I hope this is useful information for yourself. If you like the information, don't forget to press the like and subscribe button as well for more informative and educational videos as well. Thanks for watching.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.